Hey guys, welcome to another AMA with Poochain. My name is Kronos. You guys also know me by Dreamweaver and Brett here on Telegram and in Poochain Global. So I want to introduce you guys to Stratosphere. This is a project that is cross-chain. I'm really excited about this project. They have an amazing dev team. We've actually asked one of the project owners to be on our main team for Poochain now moving forward, which is very exciting for us. I'm excited.
Oh, we lost you.
Yeah, we lost Kronos, I think.
Floor to
you're back.
Yeah, one thing about Telegram, if you have an incoming call, it mutes you for some reason. But I want to introduce you guys to Rick and the Stratosphere team, and I will let him take the mic from here. All right, Rick, you got the floor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having us, guys. I'm Rick, the DeFi guy, one of the co-founders of Stratosphere DeFi. We have one of my other co-founders, Joe, in here, and Christian will be here shortly. But basically, we are a cross-chain deflationary reward token currently operating on BSC and Polygon. Our fee structure is very favorable for trading at 6.2% with some really cool technology. Part of that technology is called the incinerator. It's pretty much a brand new contract function that we're actually offering as a service in the near future. A couple projects have already reached out to us about it. But basically, you hold Stratosphere, and from the volume, you actually get the native gas token as a reward. There's a swap and liquefy function that actually buys back the native gas. And it's claimable. The rewards are claimable on our website. So you get, you'll get, in the case of Poochain, when we launch on, sounds like Friday, you're actually going to get poop rewards. You'll actually get strat reflections. And then, of course, we have liquidity generation with every contract, or with every transaction. The incinerator is very interesting because while it's hard coded into our contract, what it does is it actually will take tokens and send them to the incinerator contract and buy and sell those until those tokens are gone, obviously hitting the lower side of the threshold and then stopping. And every transaction, it will send tokens to the incinerator, producing all of those transactions where it hits our tax, our contract function. So more rewards, more reflections, more liquidity, obviously gas for processing and liquidity provider fees. So it's really great for Poochain because every transaction on our contract will actually induce more gas fees for all the validators. We ourselves as a team are a validator, so it's to everyone's advantage that Strat has some success there, and of course anybody who works with us to get the incinerator in the future too. Some of the cool things that we're doing is because we are cross-chain, we actually utilize one supply for every network that we operate in. Our deployer, our bridges, our LP, and the burn engines are completely removed from circulation. They do not receive rewards. So every holder, depending on what network they're on and depending on where the tokens go to which network, your percentage of ownership related to the circulating supply will change constantly, be through arbitrage, through bridging. And as that happens, your percentage of the related circulating supply might increase, and you might actually get more rewards, more percentage of the rewards related to that transaction. So it's very exciting. Our bridge is very fast. It's very secure. It does not mint. And it has you can get to choose a destination wallet. So like if you've got multiple wallets of our Strat token, you can actually consolidate them into one wallet just through the bridge without taxation. It's very cool. There is a buy and sell tax. There is a transfer tax. It's related to transactions. But yeah, it can be very exciting because we plan on moving into as many networks as possible. Our rewards. So we have a marketing wallet, and you can actually see this on our Poochain, or I'm sorry, on our Polyscan and BSC scan. We actually have all of the deployer, the bridge, the marketing wallet. We're very transparent in that regard. We actually, this is very exciting for us, we're actually launching a coffee brand, the Stratosphere coffee brand. We're starting with 3 roasts. We have a separate company for that. But what's really great, and we've been talking about this in our AMAs too, like mass adoption, what that looks like to us is real products and services, businesses utilizing Web3 technology. Not a lot of that exists right now, and we're hoping we can kind of get into that like before everybody else does. I mean, who doesn't love coffee? But basically, when somebody buys our coffee or our merch, we take a percentage of the profits. This is outside revenue. This is, somebody can buy a bag of coffee with their credit card or whatever. And actually, Shopify has a Coinbase Commerce. So we're hoping to add crypto payments in the future. But basically, we'll take a percentage of the profits and we'll actually do on-chain buybacks of our token in the AMM. So, on-chain buybacks, and actually deposit those into a contract that is also removed from circulation. Everyone who buys merch or coffee will actually be able to turn in their confirmation for their purchase to us, and we'll actually send you some of the tokens that we bought back, which is really great. So the outside source of revenue will actually support on-chain buys and manual burns as well. We do manual burns from our marketing wallet on every chain. Right now, I think it's like 1 or 2% is burned on BSC, 1 or 2% is burned on Polygon, and we're also going to do those burns as well on Poochain, which we're launching on Friday, which is very cool. I'm going to stop there and answer any questions in case I went too fast.
Hey, just for me, can you explain more about how new projects launching can, what purpose and how they can integrate the incinerator into their tokenomics, into their contract, and how that will benefit them?
Yes. So right now, with how busy we are, we actually are not offering that just yet. We obviously for Poochain, however you guys want to do it, we'll work with you. But in the future, probably very soon, the incinerator can be added to your hard code of your contract function. It's not something that we're prepared to do just yet, but what it will do is basically, instead of just having like a 3% to reward, you might want to set the percentage a little lower so that the incinerator does more work, and that creates on-chain volume. So, kind of like what these CMC, promoters do. They basically buy and sell your token so it looks like it's getting tons of volume so that CoinMarketCap lists you. Well, this can be hard-coded in the form of the incinerator, and we can work with any project that comes on and wants to use that. Again, that'll have to be in the near future because we're got so much going on right now, launching the coffee, launching the merch, and actually just getting our own token launched on Poochain this week. So yeah, it's pretty cool what it does. It really helps with funneling like the volume into all of the, like if you've got the reward set up, if you've got reflections, automated liquidity function, it'll actually boost all of that. Now, it does work really well the lower the gas fee is. So like this really wouldn't work too well on Ethereum because of how expensive the gas fees are. But here on Poochain, being very similar to Binance Smart Chain, it actually works out really well. And of course, this benefits all of the, there's Christian. Sorry, Chris. I was middle of my spiel there trying to get you in here. But yeah, so the on-chain buys and sells just keep happening until the tokens are gone. So that looks really good for your volume. Obviously, it funnels more rewards, more liquidity to the necessary destinations. Now, you can do a manual version, and we're actually working on this, of doing like a manual version where you can actually choose a token, deposit those tokens into the incinerator, and then it basically just sells those and buys those back, until it hits the bottom threshold. Again, if you have a reward function or a liquidity function, this will just basically spread out the value into those destinations. So it can be very exciting, not only for the project, for the holders, and for the chain itself. Very cool. Just for an example, our first day on Polygon, we actually hit 176,000 volume. It was really crazy. We're at 290,000 transactions on our contract on Polygon, and we've only been live for what, 2.5 months, Chris, Joe?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah. And I mean, we're sitting at 1,600 holders. It's crazy. We're, sub 1 million market cap. What's really great about our multi-chain operation too is that we have our in-house bridge. So our bridge is very cheap. It's actually very similar to the Poochain bridge. It's like $5. But because our one supply is connected to 3 chains, there's tons and tons of arbitrage opportunity. Meaning, if let's say somebody sells or buys on Binance Smart Chain, brings up the value more than like the 6% of our tax, right? And let's say Polygon or Poochain is sitting, 10% lower in price. What you could do is actually buy the Strat token on Poochain, bridge it over to Binance Smart Chain, and sell it down and have some profits to go buy the next spot, the lowest the lowest Strat token on either one of the 3 networks. This happens like for a high value too. Some people just like to accumulate. So they will buy on the lowest chain and bridge it into the most expensive chain and just catch all the rewards with all that great volume. So it's really awesome. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. I like I said, you get all these DMs and I'm trying to find you, but yeah, it looks like you made it in here. So we're good.
And that's what really got me turned on to the project was the arbitration, the incinerator. Something that really like brings life to the chart and transactions and to the ecosystem itself. That's what I think is really, really cool about it, and what's really bullish for us as a blockchain, and also for you guys joining us so early right now in the blockchain. With Poochain just launching the mainnet, guys. A little over a month ago. It hasn't really been that long at all. I also didn't I see that it was the most traded token on the entire Polygon blockchain too, like the first 24 hours.
Yeah, day 5 of trading, we were the #1 most traded token on Polygon for 2 days.
That's amazing to me. I mean, that really is quite incredible. I think that is unbelievably bullish. I think it's so cool too that you guys have chosen Poochain to be your next blockchain.
Yeah, and I mean, it's for that early adoption. Everyone gets excited. I mean, we were actually talking about this the other day. Like, when Binance Smart Chain first started, think of all the projects that launched on Binance Smart Chain. And then, BNB was like less than $8 or something like that. They've all made liquidity. So they've got hundreds of thousands of BNB in their liquidity. And then all of a sudden, BNB goes up to $20 and then $60. And then, some of these projects are just like totally dead and idle, and they're not really doing anything. And then all of a sudden, BNB's over 150, then 200, then 400, then it peaked at like 675. Guys, all the projects that are on Poochain, what is it? It's a billion fixed supply. Am I right?
Yeah, it's like a 1,075,000,000.
Okay, yeah. So just over a billion fixed supply. Think of how crazy that is going to be. Like we get, yes, Strat comes in, the next project comes in. We all have to buy liquidity. So that's going to, drive up the value. And yes, with open market trading on chain, people might take profits and sell their Strat for Poop. That raises the value. They might buy more Strat. That lowers the value of Poop. But as those transactions happen, more and more gas is being used. It's a currency. You use it to get everything that operates on this network. So imagine like there's going to be so much volatility. And it actually leads me to the next thing that I'm super, super proud of our team and working with Kronos and his team for Poochain. We've been looking for like a stable coin to kind of have like a second pairing for all of the projects on the network. It's super important to have like a stable pairing, right? Well, we found a way to actually accomplish that. And so we're gonna do some co-development with the Poochain guys and actually help create the PUSD. It's not a true stablecoin in the sense of a pegged algorithmic stablecoin, but we're going to have a contract, have a bridge where you basically plug in your BUSD and get PUSD on the Poochain side 1-to-1. Regardless of PUSD value, you're going to get 1-to-1 of BUSD. So this is going to offer incredible volatility, especially early on. PUSD is not pegged, so it will go up in value based on price impact and trading, and it will go down in value. Now, when it does that, if it fluctuates beyond $1, let's say it goes to $1.40 per PUSD, somebody could come in, bring in BUSD into the bridge and get PUSD 1-to-1 and actually sell it on chain. And that would obviously lower the value of PUSD, but if it does drop below $1, somebody could buy PUSD on chain, bringing the value back up and bridge out for that arbitrage and get the BUSD 1-to-1. So it will always kind of trade around $1. It might go well above $1, but certainly if people are paying attention, there will be arbitrage opportunity through that bridge. So now, as more and more projects are adopting and building on Poochain, they can actually add the PUSD, which is a tradable token, which would be a volatilely traded token because it's not pegged. So now you've got all of this volatility, all this tradability, and all of this arbitrage opportunity with not just with the Poop token, but now with PUSD. And then, of course, when the bots start coming in, when people, start seeing how big Poochain is getting, they start creating the trading bots, they start creating the arbitrage bots. Obviously, it sucks. The front runner bots, they're going to come too, but it is what it is. When that stuff happens, that means more transactions on chain. That's why we built Strat the way we did too. We wanted to have that arbitrage opportunity because we are a reward token, because we have so much out of circulation on each chain. Everyone who buys Strat is going to get a percentage of the circulating supply that is ever changing. So wherever the value is most favorable, you'll be able to trade and move in and out of the different networks. Same thing that happens with Poop. As more and more of these tokens come on and utilize Poop and PUSD as their liquidity, there's going to be crazy amounts of arbitrage opportunities moving in and out of the network, moving in and out between the two liquidity pairs, and obviously adopting PUSD, Poop, and then utilizing the bridges for the multiple networks. Now, that's also not where it stops. It is going to expand into other networks too. So as we get more and more networks on, that arbitrage opportunity just gets greater and greater and greater with every subsequent network. So we're super pumped about it. And we just, we're grateful that you guys have found us and we found you guys kind of together and working together. We're super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm just having some fun here in chat. I am too. I think it's really a nice project. How long has Stratosphere been a project as far as how long has the team been together? How long has it been since you deployed first, I guess, on Binance? And then just how long has the project been going on now?
Oh, man, it's been a wild ride. So our whole team actually invested in a Binance Smart Chain token called Earnable over a year ago. And then they kind of died off, and we actually started Strat as an experiment. We were talking about launching something, and then the opportunity came up to basically just kind of take over this dying project. So we came up with a little bit of a plan, and we said, you know what, let's go for it. Let's try it. So approximately 8 months ago, we actually migrated the Earnable community into the Stratosphere, the first version of Stratosphere. It was just on Binance Smart Chain. And then we put this business plan together on how to develop and grow and find those outside sources of revenue, like the coffee, like the merch that we're doing also this week, hopefully. And it's been a wild ride. So we were all investors in Earnable, and then we just kind of took over the Earnable project, renamed it, migrated everyone. We've had several migrations. We tried this other experimental token within the community, but we basically shut that one down and got everyone into Strat, and then we decided to launch into Polygon and now Poochain. So about 8.5 months we've been operational.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. And then I think I missed it. How long until the coffee will be ready? I'm personally excited about that.
Oh man, the coffee is super exciting for us too, because we're going to be offering affiliate programs, and this is, as far as I know, we can do as many unique links as we want. So everyone can do a side hustle and help Stratosphere sell coffee. It's not crypto specifically related. It's literally an independent coffee brand. So you don't have to worry about any KYC or anything like that. You just set up an account with Shopify, use our affiliate link, and you can actually help us sell coffee and get paid from Shopify. And again, everyone who buys the coffee will get some Strat tokens if they send in their confirmation codes. So yeah, that should be launching probably, it might be ready today, tomorrow or Friday, probably sometime midweek next week at the latest. But we just got with our grower and our merchant account. They're actually helping us set up our Shopify store today. We're getting the labels, the names. We got the font. We actually picked out the roasts. We're pretty much ready to go. We just got to get it, the store wrapped up and probably launched maybe tomorrow at earliest, but midweek for sure.
Very, very cool, man. And yeah, like I said, my wife, runs a golf course, and we will certainly get it in there and start getting some brand awareness in Virginia here for you. You're in Arizona, right?
Yeah. So our coffee company's out of Arizona. I'm actually in New Jersey. I think Christian's in Arizona. Our development team is actually in Austria, and then we've got one guy in Texas.
That's actually perfect. You guys are spread around nicely.
Yeah, so the coffee company, they're a good buddy of mine. Known him for over 20 years, and he's grown his family business. And he's got coffee bean plantations, cacao beans, and it's all in Central America and South America. So he brings up the beans and cacao to Tempe, Arizona, and they either ship out green beans to coffee companies around the world, or they roast it in-house in their warehouse, and then they send, they package it up and send it out that way. So yeah, this is legitimate organic coffee. It's washed. It's some of the best stuff you can get in the world. I mean, I've been drinking it for 20 years, and by far it blows away just about anything you get, either in these retail stores or shipped in anywhere else. I mean, these guys are legit, and the day they roast it, they ship it out. So yeah, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, we're looking at actually getting in with Jimbo's. I don't know if any of you guys are out on the West Coast. We're looking at some distribution with Jimbo's. It's like kind of like a smaller version of Whole Foods, I guess. But they work with a lot of small businesses, and we're going to try to get on their shelves.
That's very cool. Very cool. Well, that's all the questions I have, but I've been talking to Rick here nonstop for days. Does the community here, either on VC here, or you can post it in chat. You can type it out if you want to. Have any questions for these guys?
Yeah, I have more to talk about our reward system. So this is actually something I forgot. So one thing that's really cool about the Strat reward system is you actually go to our website, connect to the network that you want to claim your rewards from. So you would log into our DApp, you connect your wallet to our DApp, and actually, so we have a way to actually claim anything on the chain that's hooked up to the router that we actually point the reward system to. So in this case, we will basically use the PooSwap router, and any of the projects that are in that liquidity in the PooSwap router will actually offer those rewards. And what that does is it actually takes the Poop tokens that you have in rewards, and will actually buy the contract that you want to get with those Poop rewards. So you basically get to choose anything you want on chain. In Polygon, we actually use QuickSwap, and in BSC, we use PancakeSwap. So our BSC rewards, you can literally use your BNB rewards to get anything on PancakeSwap. On Polygon, you can use your Matic rewards to get anything on QuickSwap. It's very, very cool. And they stack. There's no limit on your claims. There's no, nobody with a bigger bag gets more based on their bag, where, it kind of weeds out the smaller wallets. Everyone gets the exact percentage of every single transaction related to their percentage of ownership to the circulating supply. I know it's a long worded thing, but it's all related to the percentage, the ratios of circulating supply on chain. Very, very cool. Might be a little too technical. Basically, you get from every transaction.
I think it's going to be. I think we've prepped the community for this. I really have, with our cross-chain projects, with Poonomics and PooGrow, and Fart was cross-chain for a little bit. Well, actually, they technically still are. The bridge is just not live, but it's the same, bigger mentality of crypto of being outside of, just or being not being just locked into one ecosystem. And when you're able to make your either blockchain or even your token project cross chain, it creates a lot of different opportunities for the ecosystem that in return will typically give back to the investors, and then also create more strength within liquidity. And I think that is what, again, to me is so bullish about the project, is that it's set up and designed to really make things stronger as we get further and further into the project and launch on the Poochain side. Will there be, how much of the supply will there be on the Poochain side? I imagine there will be the chance for a lot of arbitrage, right? Equaling out the liquidity pools and the amount of supply distributed amongst the three chains.
Yeah, so we have a total supply of 2 billion non-mintable tokens, and currently only about 1.5 billion are in circulation between the two networks that we do have. 400 plus million is on BSC, and about 1 billion is on Polygon. So we're going to, and the way our bridge works, again, because it's all one supply, we're going to have to bridge the tokens from either BSC or Polygon, probably Polygon, get them into Poochain, create the initial liquidity, and then basically fire up trading. So right away, it depends on how many people of our current holders bridge into Poochain, but it based on arbitrage, it technically should balance out to an even number. But people like that Polygon, people, if people get excited about Poochain, I can't imagine that at least a few 100 million will come over. But again, if they don't, anyone who gets the Poochain, it is going to launch at the same market cap as the other two chains, because of it is all tied to the same supply. So we can't really launch it at like 70,000 market cap, because somebody would buy on Poochain and just wipe us out on Polygon and BSC, because those are currently sitting at like 450,000 fully diluted. So there's still a lot of room to grow. I mean, I'll be honest, we've done almost zero marketing. We've done a few AMAs, smaller AMAs. We've focused a majority of our time and financial holdings into development and basically research, the coffee brand, the merch, everything else. So yeah, this is, we wanted to get to 3 networks. We're still not listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. So once that happens, I'm sure we're going to see a nice influx of fresh blood. And we're happy to launch into Poochain and bring our own community into Poochain and start interacting with the Poochain ecosystem and everybody that's on here too. So our community is, we got some wily investors. They're going to be paying attention to what's going on in Poochain. Certainly, I day trade too whenever I can, if I've ever got the money for it. But yeah, we're excited to launch on Poochain. And yeah, if you're holding Strat, you're going to earn Poop rewards on chain. And claims are going to be cheap, just like they are with, it's just one transaction. You get the Poop deposit to your wallet from our DApp, and yeah, you can just let those build up. If you don't want to claim them every day, you can wait 6 months if you really want to. They stack forever, so no worries there.
Yeah, and then back to that, what he's saying, the price point will be the same, right, between all the chains, but there'll be less supply on the Poochain side, so price impact from buying and selling will be greater. Is that right? Rick?
Absolutely, and it will probably balance out rather quickly. I mean, it only took like a day or two for the arbitragers to basically balance our Polygon and BSC side. It happened almost immediately. So that's the other thing too. For all the validators that are listening, we're going to get probably a lot of transactions right out of the gate, especially since we have the incinerator built into our contract too. That's going to kick off more transactions than the initial one. Usually it's very similar to Binance Smart Chain. So usually our volume is close to like 1.8 or 2.5 times the initial transaction based on how the incinerator funnels through our contract. So yeah, it can get very exciting very quickly. So yeah, I would imagine that the price will balance out rather quickly. I know there's a lot of hungry investors here, and they get excited about new stuff. But yeah, we're focusing on mass adoption. We see the future of crypto being intrinsically tied to businesses and banking systems, and really the automation and the deflationary mechanics of crypto really are far superior to that of fiat operations. It's just a matter of businesses actually adopting crypto, essentially like we have. So hopefully, you know, our coffee brand does really well, because that means our crypto project gets a lot of support, and that's for you guys too. Essentially, every merch, every coffee purchaser is kind of profit sharing in our operation, so we're super excited for that.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? Or Joe, Chris, you guys got anything else to add? Did I miss anything?
No, perhaps just an explanation why the majority of our tokens are right now on Polygon. On Polygon, it's the only chain where we have a farm enabled. So we offer actually also the possibility to stake the tokens. And with staking, our investors can earn an additional revenue stream. And of course, we are planning to have multiple farms, especially when PUSD is enabled on Poochain. On the Poochain side, I think on the Poochain side, we will have a lot more farming possibilities with PUSD and also with Stratosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, our staking is hovering right around 20%. It's stake Stratosphere, earn Stratosphere. We're certainly going to do some in-house staking for Stratosphere on the Poochain side as well, so you can earn some tokens. One of the models that we try to adhere to is sustainability. So we're actually using the tokens that from people that didn't actually migrate. A portion of those tokens from the people that just kind of left the project, we gave them a certain amount of time to migrate. We actually are kind of giving those away in the staking contract to the rest of our community. We're going to burn some this weekend when we launch on Poochain too. But yeah, it's kind of the way it works. We made a lot of changes, but in the future, like Joe said, we're going to do some staking, and our sustainability model works like this. So early on in DeFi, everybody was, you know, they were trying to get a piece of the pie as fast as they could, right? So they were offering, especially like these tomb forks, they were offering huge staking payouts, like 2, 3, 4, 500%, sometimes 13, 1400%. I mean, that's a lot of tokens giving away, and those tokens are not backed by a source of revenue. They're just diluting the value by giving away free tokens. We don't believe in that. I mean, we, you know, of course, as investors, we took part in those things and tried to be as intelligent as we could and tried to beat the, you know, first one in, first one out when it comes to stuff like that. But our model is this. We use our bridge fees. We use our marketing wallet rewards, and we're going to use our product and service revenue to actually buy back our tokens, and then we will give those tokens away. So the plan is buy the tokens and then offer those in staking. Also buy the tokens and burn those manually for a deflationary mechanic. And then, of course, the on-chain buys for the deposit contract for the coffee buyers. If they never like turn in their confirmation order number, those tokens will sit out of circulation forever. So it is our secondary kind of burn mechanism. We will just put those in a contract that just don't, if they never get claimed, they are never in circulation. So that was the other thing too. Part of sustainability is very important to us. That also goes into our coffee. It's you know, carbon neutral production, which we, you know, that was the biggest thing for us. We believe in sustainability, both in terms of the project and, you know, how our rewards work. So yeah, we're pretty happy about that.
I'm over here checking out the D app for the Polygon side right now. I'm really excited about this, guys. I really am.
Thank you very much. We worked really hard on it. Actually, one of our community members kind of pulled on our heartstrings this morning. I was drinking my coffee and he's like, "Man, I just want to say thank you guys for the hard work." I'm like, you know, hey, it's your guys' patience that allows this to happen, because we haven't done any marketing, but that's about to change once we get the coffee up and running. Like I said, we're starting with the affiliate program. Let me go into that again. Everybody here can actually help us sell coffee. You'll get your own individual link, and you will actually earn, if somebody buys the coffee through your affiliate link, you'll get paid the percentage we set aside from the for the affiliate program. So let's say it's 30% and we're profiting like, I don't know, $5 or $4 or whatever. You'll get 30% of that $4 every single unit that's sold through your affiliate link. This is one way to do it with influencer marketing. And it's a great way for, you know, people to have a side hustle, because coffee is one of those things that everybody kind of buys on the regular. There's a lot of competition out there, but it's part of our crypto project. We got a lot of stuff going on. We figured we'd jump into that market and offer an affiliate program. So if you guys are looking for a side hustle, Stratosphere's got 3 roasts, man. Let's get together and let's sell some coffee and get some tokens on chain. It'd be pretty sweet.
I'm over here on this DS looking at it. It's so very cool. And so, like, can you tell me too about the Rubik technology that you're using on the website in the DS?
Oh yeah, so Rubik is we actually have 2 of them, but we put it on our main site. Rubik is a cross-chain exchange. Actually, they've got this really great widget that operates on 20 networks, and they're bringing new networks on all the time. I'm actually hoping that Poochain can get into that mix, because then it'll just be one more thing, one more way to get into Poochain. But basically, we wanted to offer that on our site because, like, we're not an exchange. We can build it, but it's going to take time. But Rubik has, they've been around for a while. Like I said, they keep adding new networks. And actually, with the 20 networks, you can plug in. You can use like trade over 15,000 tokens from across those 20 networks. You just got to know, like for Strat's example, you put 7% for slippage. Let's say you're using, I don't know. Let's say you're just using Cake. There's no tax on Cake. So you would put probably 7 to 9% slippage, and you could trade Cake and to get, you could use Cake to get Stratosphere on Polygon. Now, if they add Poochain, you could use Cake to get Stratosphere on Poochain, and it does the cross-chain swapping for you. It actually makes arbitrage kind of handy too. Like if you already have tokens on Polygon, and they're a higher value than what's on BSC, you could actually just swap Stratosphere on Polygon for Stratosphere on BSC and actually basically get more tokens and then just bridge them to where you want them to go. So that was one of the things we wanted to add. We want to add a cross-chain swap. Obviously, we're always looking for partners to bring in, but we just kind of wanted to make, anybody who's using our token, we wanted to make it as easy as possible to get, kind of whatever you want. And that Rubik widget's pretty slick.
Yeah, it really is. When I first got introduced to yourself and your project about, I'd say it was like a month ago or so, a month and a half ago. I don't know, time's been flying. But we looked into that as well. And it's a great platform, and they really have put a lot into the development of that.
Yeah, multichain.org is another good one too. They will do whatever. Like if you get with them, they'll actually give you, like if you've got BNB on Ethereum and you want to get BNB on Binance Smart Chain, you'll basically it's a direct conversion. So that one I'm not really sure how they do, but Rubik was a little bit more familiar to me, and we decided to implement that one. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, we do something cool too. On each network, we've really only implemented this on Binance Smart Chain right now. We actually do something called the prize pools, and this is really great for us to partner with other projects. So what the prize pool is actually a contract that we created, and you use, let's say, the native gas token. I'll just use Binance Smart Chain as an example. We can do this on Poochain too. Basically, we set the ticket price of, let's say, $5 worth of BNB. What it does is actually take that BNB and buy whatever tokens you plug in to the prize pool. We'll use Poochain on BSC for an example, right? So it'll go 80% towards Poochain, 10% towards, or 20% towards Strat. It'll use that each ticket price and buy 80% of Poochain and 20% of Strat. And we let that run, because we do our AMAs every week, we let that run for a week. There's no cap on entries. You can get as many tickets as you want. There's a random number generator to pick the winner. It's all automated. And what it'll do is it'll send 80% of both Strat and the Poop tokens to the winner and 20% to us. Now, one of the ideas that we had was make liquidity for the 2 tokens in that contract. That way it would just offer more tradability, or we just hold on to that as an investment. Or since they're already bought on chain, we could sell that as revenue. Same thing. One of the things we would do with our Strat tokens, we would then either burn them or put them into a staking contract or do giveaways or sell them as revenue because they were bought on chain from the lottery or the prize pool contract. We can do that for anybody. We actually are working with a metaverse project on BSC. You know, unfortunately, that we were working with another small project, but they're already kind of gone. We haven't cleared that one from the prize pool section. But yeah, we plan on doing this on the Poochain network as well. So if you guys are the developers of a project and you want to collaborate on a prize pool, we do our AMAs every week. We can collaborate on some AMAs. We can do those here in the Poochain Global. We'll certainly do one for Poop. We'll do a Poop strat where 80% goes into Poop, 20% goes into strat, and the winner takes 80% of the total pool. Really great. And again, there's no limit on how many tickets you can get. Pretty awesome. So yeah, we're looking for collaboration with that. Obviously the incinerator in the future, and obviously our big play is the affiliate program for the coffee. So, I mean, of course, we want you to buy strat tokens too, but yeah, here we are, alas.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Joe, I think I got everything right.
Yeah, I think you got everything. Yeah.
Rock and
What's
roll.
the farming APY over on Matic?
Oh, so it's actually a staking contract. Sorry. Yeah, it's a staking contract for stake strat, earn strat, and right now it's let's take a look. I think it's like 19.
What's the link to that? I tried to find that on you guys' platform. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, so actually just go to stratospheredefi.com. I'll put that in the main chat here. Stratosphere DeFi.com. That's our website. You click on that. It'll take you to our landing page, and you want to click the Strat Polygon logo.
Okay.
And then you want to connect your wallet. You can do claim Poly rewards or bridge Poly to BSC. It takes you to the same DApp page, which is actually just app.stratospheredefi.com/Poly.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yep. This is the step I was missing.
Yeah. Right now we have 1/3 of the billion tokens staked for 13.7 or 13.8% APR. Yeah, I mean it's still better than banks, but again, we want to keep it sustainable. I mean, we have the tokens to set that at 1,300%, but we want to maintain that sustainability for sure.
Okay. Yeah, this is very cool. I think Poochain is definitely going to invest in this for sure.
Right on, my man. Yeah, and you'll get more Poochain's Poop tokens just for holding strat as we go too. So super cool.
Yeah, I'm really bullish on Polygon, and of course Poochain's Polygon network. And I think it's going to do very, very good. You know, a goal of mine for Poochain is to have a validator bag on Polygon. And I think, you know, right now it's about $28,000 worth of Polygon or so, and it's definitely a goal that I've got, you know, on our mini goals for this year. But it's definitely one that I know we can achieve. And I think it'll be a very, very big thing for us long term that will feed back into our ecosystem as well. And that's actually, you know, a very decent buy-in for a validator at a project with a market cap of, I think it's around 9 billion or so.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah, it really is. And it just had a nice pump here with everything else here recently, and you know it's well down from ATH too. I was looking at the all-time chart the other day, and all the all-time charts right now look exactly the same. It's actually funny if you look at Polygon or Binance's, or I was looking at Avalanche the other day, and I mean you pull up the actual all-time charts, they look extremely similar to Poochain. And you know, and that's really the way all you know, big crypto projects move, you know, and they go from, you know, ATH to consolidation to next ATH to consolidation and build higher each time. And I think, you know, again, being cross-chain with your project, us expanding out into other ecosystems, other blockchains, building liquidity there, it's going to be something that, you know, we're going to look back on in a year. And I really feel like it's going to be like, well, Stratosphere joining Poochain and Stratosphere joining, you know, our project team has been something that has had a major positive impact on Poochain project and also our development. So I'm very excited to have you guys on board.
Yeah, we are too. We're super pumped. Yeah, and going back to sustainability, it actually coincides with exactly what you're saying. So we actually were discussing earlier today, like, you know, what's the plan for the validator rewards? Well, obviously, we want to keep them in the system. We're going to add liquidity to our project. And as Poochain expands into other networks, and if we're on that network too, well, guess what, guys? we like the outside streams of revenue. So of course we're going to keep it in the system. We're going to use our validator rewards to make more liquidity with Poochain as they go into the networks that we're already in. Totally. We'll make a liquidity pair all day long with them, like for sure. So that's where we really appreciate like what you guys are doing. We like, accumulating the outside streams of revenue so a project doesn't have to rely on selling their own tokens for revenue. That's why we're launching the merch. That's why we're launching the coffee. That's why, we're investing into all these other things. So yeah, we believe in that sustainability, and you guys have the right idea, and we appreciate, the hard work that you guys are doing, and we're excited to join in the mix for sure.
Very cool, man. Happy to have you guys on board. So
I think that's all I got, man. Yeah, please ask questions. I'm prepared.
Yeah, really, you are. And it's a complex project too. So if you have any questions of understanding how it works cross-chain or how it's going to be integrated with Poochain, please don't be shy. You can ask either here on VC or you can ask in global chat there.
I think everybody's at work just listening. That's all right. Yeah, like Chrono said, guys, if you guys ever need anything, you can always DM us. I'm in the Stratosphere chat. I'm always here too. Just flag me down. Unfortunately, scammers are going to pretend to be us. It happens all the time with everybody, with every project. They're trying to steal from you. So guys, stay frosty. Watch each other's backs for sure. Come tag us in our strat chat or tag us here in the Poochain Global, and we will get you the answers that you seek for sure. If it's related to bridging, if you're having technical issues, we're always around, so don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, awesome. And, you're in our mainnet chat as well. So if anyone has questions and, for some reason you're not seeing Rick around, you can feel free to ask myself or Forever Mining, and we can get with Rick as well. But I appreciate your time. I really appreciate your attention and, your dedication to the Poochain blockchain. We have worked very hard over the last 7.5 months to get here. And it's been, an incredible accomplishment for us. And I look forward to seeing how we can continue to grow the blockchain now with your project. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're looking forward to it. We actually have an AMA on the Strat Chat on Friday, and we can do another one, the day we launch too, again on Poochain Global if you're down. We can kind of guide you guys through the process of picking up the token, how to get into Poochain, how to pick up some Strat if you're interested. And then hopefully we have the coffee ready by then. We can actually, guide you through that process too. So thanks for your time, guys. Don't hesitate to ask questions if you got them, and don't have a good day. Have a great day.